Hey, just wanted to give you guys a quick reminder, a little review from yesterday's. Remember, we're talking about direct variation. So if you see varies directly, that just means that there's a proportional relationship. So we can set up a proportion, in order to solve. All right, so if the direct variation, right here, I've got it highlighted, the bag of rice, excuse me, varies directly with the weight of the rice, so the cost and the weight. If a 2-pound bag of rice costs $2.50, what is the cost of a 5-pound bag? So let's look at this real quick. Let's make sure we're good here. So 2 pounds cost $2.50. So pounds, and there we have my cost. And the question is, what's the cost of a 5 pound? So since we can use a proportion to solve, I could cross multiply. So I have one butterfly wing. So 5 times 250 right here would be $12.50, and then I would divide by the other number that's on the outside. So $12.50 divided by 2 would give me $6.25. All right, let me know if you need help. Okay, now let's take a look at the point of intersection and what that means. So real quick, an intersection is this where, like if you're talking about a road, where the roads cross. So what we're going to focus on is where did the lines cross. So take a look at that real quick, see if you can find where the lines cross. I bet you can. You can see that the lines cross. That's where they touch, right there. That's where the lines cross. So that would be our point of intersection. So then we need to be able to identify exactly where that is and be able to communicate that. So we can say our x value is 4. Remember that x comes before y, and our y value is 2. So we'd say the point of intersection is at 4, 2. Okay, and that's what you're going to be doing today, and then interpreting these situations. So let's look at a couple and make sure that we can interpret a couple of these situations. All right, what about, let's look at this. So this is a graph that represents a wedding planner's charges. So we've got 2 different lines. So we're looking for where they cross. And so the 2 different charges, this is where they're going to be the same amount. Okay, this is where they're going to be the same amount. So we could say that at 5 hours, so the point would be 5. Okay, and then you look at your y-axis. This is how much is being charged. So this is $50 here. So it's counting by 10. So 10, so here would be 20. So at 5 hours, they both would charge $20. So that's when both of these wedding planners, the charge would be exactly the same. Okay, and so whenever the lines cross, that point of intersection, that tells us when these 2 lines are going to have the same value. Let's look at this real quick. How about, so this problem here I think will help bring it into focus. So I'm going to just read this problem and then we'll look at it together. The graph on the right shows the linear relationship between the amount of money saved by 2 students and the number of weeks since each of them started saving. Based on the graph, which of the following statements is true? All right, so we're going to find where they cross. Okay, this is the point where they cross, and let's look. So that 5 weeks, they will have saved the same amount, $30. So that's what we know by looking at this graph. So at 5 weeks, okay, they will have both saved $30. That's where it's equal. All right, now let's look at our answer choices and see which one of those is the best. So after 5 weeks of saving, Andre has saved $30 more than Tom. Well, that's not true because at 5 weeks, look, they've saved the same amount. So that's not true. After 5 weeks of saving, Tom has saved $30 more. No, Tom hasn't saved more. The red line, he's not saved more than. No, not at 5 weeks. So that's not true. After 5 weeks of savings, Andre and Tom had saved $30 each. And yes, that's true. That's what we said at the beginning. So C would be the right answer. And let's just go ahead and look at D to make sure we feel good about it. After 5 weeks of saving, Andre and Tom had saved $5 each. Well, that's not true because we can look and see that they had saved $30. Okay, and that's all that you're doing. You're looking for the intersection, and then we're interpreting the graph. So where they cross, they're going to have the same value. Hit me up on email, or you can chat me in the private channel if you have a question, all right?